Office Committee one.
Is there a different,
No, it's not on, it's not written on here.
so do you want me to put that on there?
Yeah, yes, please.
Is that going to be last or first?
Whatever you want to do.
Let's do it first.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh, he's already, we're already on. I'd like to bring the July 15th City of Old Town Finance Committee to order. First item on the agenda is the Mr. and Mrs. Sanborn's property evaluation.
Yeah, I met with Chellis and Nadine just this week. Mark Billick did finish the appraisal on their property, and that's in. Fair market value came in at around $138,000 on their property, which I can send that appraisal to you guys. You get a chance to look at that. What I would suggest at this point, and in bringing this up, is to move that forward to the next council meeting so we can, once you get a chance to look at the appraisal, any questions you have, to let me know about it, and then we can have an executive session on that so we can actually sit down and talk with these folks about it.
And any information
Yeah.
that Chalice might have for us, he can get to you, that you can
Yep.
get to us, whatever
Yep.
he has,
Yep.
ahead of time.
Yep.
Do we have a long agenda for the next upcoming meeting? And
I don't believe so.
Good, because we do the executive session, it's usually at the end of the
Right.
meeting, so I don't
Yeah.
want, to make sure
Yeah.
we do it in a appropriate time.
Yep.
Okay. So when we come back and meet again, we'll have a copy of the appraisal ahead of time so we can
Yes.
have that before us. And we'll have other pertinent information that they may provide
Yep.
to us as well, and enough time so that we can read it and digest it and do all of
And
that.
I can forward back before they had a letter with some information that Dale Thistle had put together for them. I can forward that along too, so you have both of those documents to look at.
And Mr. Thistle is your lawyer, right? Is Mr. Thistle? Was their attorney? Okay,
Yep.
all right. All right.
Yep.
Perfect.
I'm sorry. Sorry about having to have the windows open, but we had some type of power surge here today, and we lost all the power in the building this morning. And when it came back on, our air handling system, something's not right with it. And hopefully, mechanical services, when they get here tomorrow, hopefully it's just a fuse or something that's been overridden in the system. But Eric Jones came down and tried to reset it today, and nothing happened. And he tried a couple different things. So, knock on wood, the thing's not burned up, which it could be.
Have insurance for that?
Yeah.
Good. So what we're going to do on our next meeting, which is on August what? It's the first Monday. What's the date?
Let's see. I was trying to find that myself.
Yeah, my calendar goes backwards on my.
You get your calendar right there?
It looks to me like the August 3rd.
August 3rd, that Monday, that first Monday, we'll have our regular meeting, and at that time, we'll bring your appraisal and everything up in an executive session so we can have a discussion in executive session as to what we hopefully can propose at that time and what you can propose to us, and then we can talk freely. And that way, we'll have everything that we need to be able to hopefully come up with a solution that will work for both of us. Does that sound okay with you guys? Okay, good. That's what we'll do. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we're out here.
Yeah. Next on the agenda. Next on the agenda is the mill appraisal. The committee will discuss a proposal from MR Valuation to update the current appraisal of the Old Town Mill for the upcoming 2016 year at a proposed cost of $9,500. This would require transferring funds from fund balance account number 03800 to account number 1500-0299, assessors other contractual. Yeah.
We have got back their draft appraisal report. Again, it hasn't really changed. It was around $19,900,000 for this past fiscal year, and in the current year, it's around 31 million. You saw some of the bills that came through on that. Obviously, to keep this thing moving forward, I would certainly recommend that we get the 2015-16 mill valuation updated. They can do that for $9,500, which is not much cost to carry that through for one more year. I think it'd be a good idea to do that. We have we had a phone conference scheduled with Expera for tomorrow. Duff and Phelps had some more questions on the appraisal report, and they wanted to do that next week instead of doing it this week. So we still haven't had a chance to sit down and actually have a discussion with them about this. So.
Go ahead.
So they would just come in next year and just update.
Right.
And update the mill at that point, the
Correct.
valuation. So,
Yep.
I mean, to me, I know it's $9,500, but I would think it's well worth it just to, if it can get raised, whether it's $1 million or $2 million or $5 million or whatever it is. I would think it's money well spent to do this, and probably good practice going forward.
It keeps it consistent with what's gone on since the new owner has taken over. I
Yep.
think it would be money well spent.
And if I understood it right during some of these discussions, I remember you saying that in the past owners weren't really they didn't really give us a lot of information with things they did down there, so we really didn't know.
Yep.
We were going on what we
Yeah,
got.
it's been really since Georgia Pacific closed the mill. Since '06, we really haven't had that. We've been going off in past information.
Right.
But there was some discussion in regards to the current evaluation, or the one that we were working on for the appraisal for the very beginning. Was there money that was going to come from them to help pay for that?
Yes, and they have paid for that.
Okay, all right,
Oh.
that's what I got, all right.
Yep.
Good. All right. Yeah, I have to agree with Councilor Mahan. I think that in order for us to keep going forward, the more current, updated appraisal information we have is just much better for the
Yep.
city.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Much better for the city.
yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to get this before you because Travis asked them to provide a proposal, and I can certainly forward that to you so you can have that. I don't know at what point in the year that they'll bring this forward to complete that, but I just wanted to get it to you early, and sometime this year we'll bring this back to you.
Does anybody else have any questions? Was everybody's okay going forward with that?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll be seeing it again, but we've already given you permission to
Yep.
go forward with the money. Okay. Item number 3, Fire Department pumper truck repairs. The committee will discuss transferring funds to pay for the emergency repairs to the fire department's pumper truck. The repairs came to $11,200, and the finance director needs to be authorized to transfer the funds from equipment replacement reserve account to the heavy capital equipment reserve account. Is the chief, Mr. Chief O'Malley, going to speak on this? Yes, please.
Just my little world back.
Oh, you were sleeping back there.
I'd just like to state for the record that I'm not David Russell Code.
Gee, you look a lot like him.
No, I came to the boss a couple weeks ago. About a month ago, we kind of blew up the pump on the truck. It just happens when they get older, things happen, and just clap a valve went inside the pump. We heard this rattle early in the morning, really simplify this for you. We said, whoa, we better not run this anymore. And we found out that a part of the pump had actually gone down inside. And that would have been a bad thing if we hadn't caught it. It would have been a lot worse, and then we would have been a total rehab. But as it was, this is a big chunk out of the maintenance, so I went and asked the boss if this was feasible to, take some out of the capital equipment, fund to help repair this. Half of this is labor, and half of it is for the part, which is for the actual propellers and things like that. And we were only out a short time, about a week. Bruce Caswell put it back together, which was fantastic. Another thing I'd like to comment on is, I don't know if you know, that a lot of our work is done at the Folsom's garage, because we can't lift anything in our building and things like that, so the heavy maintenance. And when they do, they don't charge us anything for that.
Wow.
And off and over and over. And so it's a good community thing that they do, that they want to provide. And I asked Jason Folsom last week, if anything I could do, and he said, just bring it up here. So, which
Yeah.
is a good thing. That probably saved a good sum of money also.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Good, good.
Just wanted you to be aware.
How old is the truck, chief?
This is a '02, and I had proposed to the boss there also. I think you've seen some of the heavy equipment. We try to project when we need to replace things. I'd like to try to move this up a couple of years on the schedule, just because one, we could get. If you remember when we sold the second piece a couple of years ago, we only got $30,000 for it because it was quite old.
And we had a hard time selling it.
We had a hard time selling it. If we got rid of this at the 15-year mark or around there, you'd get a lot more money for it. It would be a lot more marketable. After this is when they start. Every time they start nickel and diming, we all know how that is. Okay.
Mhm.
And nothing against the roads because we have to play the roads in the winter and everything. But everyone knows vehicles and things like that are getting more corroded quicker.
Right.
It seems like by everyone, and that happens to the fire trucks too. You know, as much as we clean them and everything else like that. So I think that if we try not to stretch them to 20, 25 years, also before we had a backup piece, and when I said we don't need a backup piece, it sits in the corner most of the time. And with this, though, when it goes out, we don't have a pump.
You don't have anything.
That's dangerous. So luckily, we have that aerial. It's got 400 gallons of water, and we have Orono, Bangor, and Milford coming right with us to help us supply water to the scene. So we get by, but we'd rather have. That's got 1,000 gallons of water on it versus 400 gallons of water in the aerial.
Wow.
So big
Wow.
difference.
Yeah.
I just had a quick question. When you talk about the equipment, especially for you guys, where it is so big and expensive, have you guys ever thought about leasing?
Yeah, I've done a lot of research. We've done a lot of research, and I think that is one possible option. I know that Miles and I have had some discussions on that and everything. I'd like to, look at it. It's creative. It's a way to do it. It keeps the money. It still keeps your capital balance. I think the heavy balance back in the capital reserve, and then you can $50,000, $60,000 a year. You could lease a fire truck after 6, 7 years. It's all paid for. You can turn it back in. You can keep it. Whatever. However you decide to do it, there's a multitude of options. That's,
Yeah, the option to lease to buy is what it is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, there's like 3 or 4 different, when you start talking to the finance people, and right now, I believe it was, the last time we checked, it was like 2.5%.
Wow.
Which is
Yeah, that's
real
pretty good, yeah.
Good.
So, something to consider.
Yep. Yeah.
How much is a new pump, just for interest's sake?
Pardon me?
Just how much is a new pump, like the one you had repaired?
How much would it be?
Yeah,
The pump itself, if we had to have a whole pump.
Yeah.
It would probably be over $30,000.
Yeah.
But the fire truck itself, that fire truck, just to tell you how things have gone, that fire truck cost approximately, this is about, if I remember correctly, $262,000 in 2000. We actually got it in 2003, early in 2003, February, but it's a 2002 truck. And now, you're hard pressed to find a fire truck comparable for $415,000.
Wow.
Oh.
wow, double.
That's how much they're skyrocketing all the time.
Wow.
We bought that aerial ladder here just 2 years ago,
Yeah.
and that aerial ladder is usually at least twice as much. So we got a great deal on that. As when you out of the pumper, and that was $484,000. So we really got it. The more time goes by, the better deal we got on that aerial. It's a great truck.
Yeah.
It's been a great apparatus for us.
Good. I have no questions. Anybody else?
No, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Steve.
And that is all I have on the Finance Committee. I would like to hear adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
It has been a motion and seconded. All those in favor? So moved. Now this goes to this gentleman.
Okay. Yeah, but when you're sick, I don't want to touch it.
I just spit on it.
I call the July 15, 2015 special council meeting to order. Flag salute. John, if you could lead us, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call.
Silent roll call has been taken. Quorum is present.
Thank you. There are no minutes, petitions, communications, citizens' request. There's no one here. Reports, council president, nothing. Standing committees, city councilors. City attorney. And you'll be here August meeting. Yes, meeting, yep. Special committees, school board liaison, city manager.
Just mention, we had another 175th meeting this morning. Carol and Linda and Cindy were there. That's progressing along nicely. Having a little trouble with the book side of things.
Yeah, but I got Sergeant in right away. I don't know what you did, but that's good. So we do that with all of them, and we'll be set, because we don't want anyone not to be in the book.
Right.
And the deadline is quickly approaching, so if you want to be in the book, we need it now.
And it's great advertising and to support our community. All of these businesses that we're asking all thrive in this community. They really should be able to support that as much as possible.
Had an LLC meeting this week. They're pretty excited about, and if EJ was here, he could relay this to you. You know, the dilapidated building program that they looked into a year or so ago, that 6th Street property that we're getting from Wells Fargo, just fits into that really nicely for them, and can kind of be a model to kind of move forward with that program for some other properties. National Whitewater Race. Boy, it seemed like a long time ago we were talking about that, but that's next week, July 22nd through the 26th. I've spoken to Council Chairman Mahan about speaking there, so hopefully he hasn't forgotten his engagement next Wednesday night.
What time was that again?
5:30.
Better not come down.
5:30 p.m. next Wednesday. I had that on my calendar.
I will be there if he gets sick anyway, so.
You will be there? Okay.
You didn't ask for me to speak, but I will be there if you have another commitment, but.
So, Bill, did I see, I think it may be in your notes, that they're moving some of the starting?
Well, they don't know that yet.
I see.
There hadn't been much rain, and you know, there's some folks here locally that have participated in that national race, and they were really concerned with the amount of water coming down this side of the channel. It looks like now, and I hate to say it's summertime and we're hoping for rain, but it looks like there's going to be some rain. And right now, if you get a chance to go up and look at the boards on the Milford Dam, the water level's actually right at the top of the boards. So when the wind blows, it's actually coming over the boards right now. And Brookfield has agreed to release some water up in South Twin. And it takes about 2 days for that to get down here. So they're talking about doing some releases during that time period to try to help them out. So hopefully if we get a little bit of rain, and with that, they don't need much water to come over the dam to make a huge difference for them. So.
Oh, good. That will be good. Yeah.
So hopefully
And
that.
are we're supposed to get some rain? I'm kind of hoping for rain too, because I know what it's like when that river is not cooperating.
And it's pretty.
At night, though.
And luckily they ponded it, you know, they ponded enough. So like I said, it is right up to the top of the splashboard. So it's not like they have to make up 3 or 4
a whole
or 5
lot.
inches of water. It's right there, so it won't take much to push that over.
Great.
Good.
The flush boards stay there.
Yeah.
It just goes up over the flush boards.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. They don't want to drop any of those.
If we don't get rain, worst case, we'd have the fire department just go hook up to a hydrant and start shooting water.
Use the new pump.
Use your new pumper, that's right. There you go.
Gotta use something.
That's right.
And the only other thing for me is I plan on being on vacation the last week of July and the first week of August. So.
Yep. And I know when I talked to Bill that's why we're lining things up with a Sanborn property, because Eric will be here that night. So
and
we'll be all
Miles,
set and we'll meet ahead of time.
Miles will be back on vacation this next week, so I will make sure that he's primed and ready. And
Yep.
that's it for me.
Any questions for Bill? Okay, consent agenda, public hearings, old business. New business, we have 3 items. The City Council will consider accepting a grant from the Federal Aviation Administration in the amount of $2,133,000 for the reconstruction of runway 422. The federal share is $1,896,000, state share $118,500, and local share is $118,500. Councilor Nuttall, please.
Resolved, the Old Town City Council hereby accepts a grant from the Federal Aviation Administration, project number 3-23-0034-014-2015 in the amount of $2,133,000 for the reconstruction of runway 4/22 for DeWitt Field, Old Town Municipal Airport, and further authorizes the city manager to expend the funds with the local share of $118,500 to be paid from account number 1300-0414 Airport Other Capital Outlay.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second.
And discussion? All those in favor? None opposed.
And please don't, Eric, don't go anywhere tonight so I can get you to sign this grant before you leave.
Fancy.
Okay, the next item, the city council will consider approval on a renewal application for a malt liquor license for Chrysanthi Shanos, DBA Angelo's Pizzeria, 484 Stillwater Avenue. Councilor May.
Resolve, the Old Town City Council hereby approves the renewal application for a malt liquor license for Chrysanthi Shanos, doing business as Angelo's Pizzeria, 484 Stillwater Avenue.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Jan, discussion? All those in favor? None opposed. And the last item, the city council will consider authorizing the finance director to transfer funds to pay for the repairs to the fire department's pumper truck. Council McLeod.
Resolved, the Old Town City Council hereby authorizes the finance director to transfer funds in the amount of $11,200 from account number 03500 Equipment Replacement Reserve to account number 7000-0414 Heavy Capital Equipment Reserve to pay for the repairs to the fire department's pumper truck.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second.
Second.
Okay.
Carol, discussion? All those in favor? None opposed. Okay, is there a motion to adjourn, please?
So moved.
Jan,
Second. Oh.
John, all in favor? None opposed. Good?
No,
Oh,
it's not one thing.
We
to
gotta
gotta
sign.
sign
sign?
something.
I just gotta get my ink pen out.
Good night, Old Town. Okay, so I got a question for you. I got your email
Uh-huh.
on the Riverfest. I'm gonna take care of that.
Mhm.
Just wait a minute, he's still got us on. He's sleeping in there.
He's got nice air conditioning in there, so.
Oh,
Why, is the air working in there?
He come out to let me know the air is nice in there.
Oh, agree with you.
Thank you very much.